I'm a loser.
So you're a loser.
Fuck it, I'm a loser.
Fuck it, you're a loser.
They say I'm a loser.
They said you're a loser.
Lost without love.
Lost without love.
I'm a loser.
So you're a loser.
Fuck it, I'm a loser.
Fuck it, you're a
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Paycheck with John. Actually, it's stop loss 0 today. I'm going to try this out. I was thinking, like, when we do this, we switch over next week to do the longer version of the paycheck. I think I want to do is like make Friday just stupid day, right? And let's make Monday through Thursday our daily paycheck days, and we'll make Friday on Coffee and Craps Friday Follies like we always do, and maybe the Friday Follies version of daily paycheck is stop loss 0. Maybe that's how the show feathers in once a week. And I was going to do a paycheck with the 3:30 surprise today. And I thought, you know what? Let's just try stop loss 0. What the hell? So let's do it. Let's do stop loss 0 today. And I'm going to reset my rack actually to 5,000 instead of 1,000 like I've been doing. And let's do the actual 3:30 surprise. And I'm going to show you what this strategy looks like here. Give me a second to walk behind the table. I'll get my chips all set up for us here. And it's one of these things that kind of talks perfectly about what I was talking about yesterday, which is this. We're going to start this thing out with, I think, $400 as a lay 10, $400 as a lay 4, and then 330 inside. Okay, 1, 2, 3 stacks of 3 units. And the idea here is this: 4 and 10 lay, each win $200, which protects the 330 on a 7. Okay. The 330, anything inside there is going to pay $105. And what you're going to do is, if you catch an inside hit, everything comes back, right? That comes back safely. The 330 comes back safely. And with the 105, you take 75 of it or whatever and go 66 inside or 64 across, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. I would probably go 64 across, most likely. I think skill and luck does it with, he goes 66, presses to 88, grabs the 4 and 10, and then he's off to the races. So you're about 4 or 5 hits in before you start collecting money. I made this go 64 across after that first hit and just start going from there. It doesn't really matter, right? It's a one hit and down strategy with some 410 protection, which all sounds great. Yesterday I made this point of, playing commando. Let's look at this really quick. I'm gonna put this back out here again. Let's see, that goes here and there. Let's talk about playing commando, because let's look at the risk. And before I even start this thing, I want to look at the risk. We're looking to win $105. That's our goal, right? You've got, without the 4 and 10 lay, 6 ways to lose 330. With the 4 and 10 lay, you have 6 ways to lose 400. Okay? Either 3 ways to roll the 4 or 3 ways to roll the 10 are going to take 400 from you. So there's 6 ways total that you can burn 400. What did you gain by doing this? The likelihood of rolling a 4 or 10 on its own makes sense. I'd rather do 800 on the 10 and reduce my risk to 3 ways to get beat versus the same number of ways to lose more money. So the math on that piece I'm not in love with, but we're going to go with it. We're going to run it out like this anyway, just to do it. I just want to see how this thing works. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Recovery plan: if you burn this bet, what do? Let's say we roll a 10 as a point. What do we do? Because now you're going to lose the 400. You still have your 330 out here. I think what I want to do, and I'll talk to Skill about this over chat. I want you, if you're here, think about this. What do you do if we burn here? Because if you burn here, you're left with just 1. Do you go back out on the 10 and go for another inside hit, put another $400 at risk? Or let's say that we burn the 10. Do you just make the 10 double up and do a 330 pressing down? There's lots of ways to recover from this thing. I think if you burn the 400, the problem with burning 400 is when you get your 1 hit and you're out here at 64 across, making $400 out of 64 across is almost impossible. So the recovery plan of losing one of these things, that's why this thing lost. The one day that it lost because I picked off one of the ends, and there's no way to recover from the front side of that thing if you lose. So we need to think about what the recovery plan looks like here. So with that said, I'm coming back to the rack. I'm going to start throwing dice. Skill, think about it. I want to hear from you in chat. What is our recovery plan? If we go upside down here, what are we going to do to recover? In the meantime, let's pull 3K into the rack. Excuse me. Let me go to the other screen here. Make sure you can see the rack. It'll be that screen. Let me get Crapsee going for y'all. And I'm going to start rolling dice here in just a minute. Let's see. Make sure you can see the rack. I want to be... Boy, oh boy, that's... What happened there? We can't see the rack very good. I think I must have hit the camera when I went back there, huh? Is that what happened? Looks like, well, the camera is on like a little arm thing. Let me go see if I can fix it a little bit. It's got to go just back. Nope, other way. There we go. That's a better look at the rack. There we go. There's $5,000 right there. It's going to be all purple chips. And what we're going to do is drop out $1,000, okay, onto the felt. $1,000. Actually, I got about 1,500. That's going to be 800 for the lay 4 and 10, and 330 inside. That's 1130. So out of $1,500, I'm going to get back $370 back to the rack. Okay, so 370 back every time we go out here. It's 1,500 for 370. So every time we reset the board, that's what's going to come back. I'm going to put that over here on this side of my rack so you can see it. Actually, I'll put it back over here, and that's how we'll work it. All right, there it is, guys. That's the plan right there. Let me get the paycheck ready to go in Crapsee. I've got my roll tracker ready to go. We're going to use split dice again today with those purples down there, and let's get it done. Let's see if we can't break this damn thing. All right, here we go. See if we can't break this damn thing. All right, let's do it. And again, skill. I want to know what's going on here. Are the lays always working? Right? Until we catch our inside number, I want to know what happens on the pick. What happens when I pick it off? I'm gonna pick it off. Guaranteed I'm picking this thing off today. I want to know your recovery plan. I have an idea for recovery, but I want to see from you. Here we go. We are always working. There's no reason to not work come out here. No reason for it because we have the 7 coverage. Let's just rock this thing. Somebody just did a rebuy of $6. That's interesting. Here we go. Nemo's playing with $500 today. I'm impressed by that. Very impressed. Here we go. Coming out looking for a point. And we got a 7 on the come out, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so what happens on the come out on a 7? You're going to win 200 and 200, that's 400. We're going to lose 330, okay? So your net is 70. However, the VIG up here is $20, okay? You're going to win $200. The VIG on that is 10. You win $200. The VIG on that is 10, right? So your net there is 370. You're losing, I'm sorry, 380. You're losing 330. Your net is $50. So a 7 wins you a net of $50. I'm going to put that right in the rack. Okay, there we go. There's our first $50. Actually, I'll put it over here. This will be all new money in the front side over here. All right, there it is. Nice. Way to start out with a winner. Again, I'm not rooting for a thing to lose. I'm just going to run it out. Stop loss 0 stop. We're just going to run until 8 o'clock, until we either make money or lose money. We'll see what happens here. 5-2. Sorry for the delay in Crapsee. I was just slow. Here we go. Yeah, you're still aggressive, Neem, I know, but you're playing with lower dollars, right? That's the way to do it. There's a hard 4, so okay, well that sucks. I told you I was going to pick it off, didn't I? 2-2 hard 4. So out of the gate, we're going to lose money. We're going to lose our leg right here. That goes bye-bye. I'll take that back. And our point's going to be a 4. Now, here's the question. What do we do? Right? We need a lay still to protect this. And we still need $400 in protection. So the question is, do you lay the 4 again? Right? Put the $500 out, grab that, and lay the 4. Or do you lay the 10 for 800? Or lay the 4 for 800. You might want to double up down here on the 4 and not have a buckshot. That might be the answer. I don't know what the answer is, but we're going to try it. I also feel like I said, now that we're down $400, okay, I'm gonna float this as a theory, and I want to hear your thoughts before I even throw the dice. I'm gonna float this theory out here, okay? If we get an inside number, actually, let me get the inside number first. Let me get it first, then I'll float the theory, and I want to talk to you about what the options are here. Jen says lay a single point. Dark Side says lay the 6 or 8. That is rolling the most. Let's just see. I got to see what happens here. We're going to go back out with the same lay. Hope to God we don't buckshot this thing. Oh my God, we did it. We did it. Look at that, 314. We buckshotted the freaking point. Holy crap. Damn. You talk about your strategy killer. Welcome to my house. I am John. Watch me roll. That's another 4, and the puck goes off, and we've lost it twice, which is a huge ass bummer. Now we're down 800. I'm gonna drop another 5. Put the lay back out there again, and here we go with $100 change. Actually, I owe myself $200 in change from the last one. All right, here we go. Laying it again. Holy shit. Ugliness. Here's where the strategy's gonna have a problem. Frontline winner. That's right, Dustin. Here's where we have a problem. Is $800 is a lot to recover from. I'm actually down $2,500 out of the rack already, right? That right there, $1,500 was my initial, right? And I've had to replace the 4 twice now. There's the 2 4s. So we're getting kind of hammered here. I don't know that the recovery plan of 66 inside or 64 across after it works once is ever going to recover what we just lost. Right? We're never going to recover that with that. I think we're going to have to be aggressive to recover it. So I'm going to propose it now. Let's get a new point. We're still out. We're still out here. Coming out. That's going to be a 9. All right, 639. 639. Good. That's going to be a point. We're working. So that pays $105, which is great. Okay, we can make a decision now. Here we can go down to 66 and call it good. Right, go to 66 and pray to God that I go off on a 35 roller. That's option 1. Okay, but we're trying to recover 800 in losses, which is a lot of money. I don't know that we can do it. The other option is to run the 330 like we would do the skill 66 style play, which is to go up to 440 right now and then come back down to something like 110 inside, right? And get to a higher inside number or 160 across and give ourselves a better chance to come back. You're 100%. Corey, that is the quote of the day right there. Well, and the fact that I got skulls all over the table, the skull eyes, we should absolutely call my table the cemetery. Oh my God, I wish I could pin that thing forever. That's fantastic. I think, and I'm gonna wait for Skill to write me back on this because this is his brainchild. I think right now I wanna leave the lays up. I wanna press this to 440, come back down to 160 across. Okay, that'll get us 160 across paid for. And it's a better chance to earn back the bigger money. Or we can go 140 or 440 inside, come back down, that's 250 back in the rack. That's another way to do this, right? I think that right now going to, even I could go to 96 across with the black chip, right? Yeah, Skill, pressure the inside. I think we have to pressure the inside here. I'm gonna drop a nickel from my rack. I'm gonna make that black look like greens, and we're gonna pressure the inside. I think that's the way to do this. I agree with you. I think when you're this far down, you have to get not crazy aggressive, but you got to bring back multiple black chips to come back. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go there. Here we go. Let's get you an inside number here again if we can do it. And by the way, you guys probably can't see. I know you can't see it because you can't see my hands. I'm changing my grip on this toss. By the way, on the chopper toss, I was digging back in the annals of some of Cage's videos, and I'm going to change my grip to forefinger instead of middle finger and rip the spin a little bit differently. So I'm going to get way different results than I'm used to getting. If there's anything to what I'm trying to do here, the results I expect will be different. Here we go. We're still working. The point is 9. I got to move the puck over. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much, but there's a lot with this. And this is one of those things in craps where you on the fly, you have to make an adjustment. You can't just always go by the numbers. When you catch a whack like that, it's hard to recover. What did we roll here? We rolled A8. 5-3. So it works, right? The inside press works. Let's type that in for you. 5-3. My nose is a little better today. My cold is coming around. So 538 wins 140, 125, 140. Now what I'm going to do is bring this all down. I'm going to bring down 330. Okay, so there's the 330. Into my rack. I'm going to put that, we'll put that over here, I guess, right? I'm going to bring down the 2 lays as well. So you can see how all this works. There's the 2 lays coming back. So this whole front of my rack right here, this whole side is going to be that's the go to war thing, okay? We're going to go out here at 160. So I'm going to cut the 6 and the 8. We'll grab the 10. And from the other side of my rack, I'm going to grab a quarter. We'll go 160 across. And I got a black chip that I can bring back. And in fact, the black chips that I've got in my rack, I could change those in for one of the purples and make my rack at 3,000 in purple now, plus my 1,100 that goes out there. And so we're starting to track ourselves back a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to separate these out a little bit if I can. And here we go, 160 across, paid for. Let's have a shooter make some money. Yeah, once you're paid for, the lays come down. That's what we did, Skill. So the lays are down. We're good. We took the inside press, got lucky with 2. Lays are down. And the nice thing is, by the way, that 330 inside up and down, that's $250 into the rack, right? That's a $250 win. We're putting 160 of it back out there, but that's a $250 win. I like that as a play on its own. The 330 up and down twice, that's a paycheck right there. There's another 9. 5, 4, 9. 4, 5, 9. Let's get that typed in, then I'll make the payment. That's going to be the point 2. A 4 and a 5, that's a 9. And I'm just going to go half press. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to try and G-money things. I'm going to just half press the world here. Press my reds, rack the green. Let's work towards recovery here if we can. Okay, puck is off. Let's go. Let's see if we can turn this into another 100 or so bucks. And yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. Need our shooter to help us out here. There's a 5, 2, 7, but we're off with the point. Okay, 2, 5. Question I have for you, Skill 2. At this point, I'm leaving the 160 to work and working with the puck here. 2, 5. Instead of restarting the whole system, right? We could have restarted the whole system there and just done another 100 and change or whatever. I'm just going to stay down here and work the 160. Let's go. Here we go. That's going to be a 6, a 5, and a 1. There's the mixer. One, 5, 6. 1, 5. All right. That'll move the puck. And now we keep going here. Let's have a good roll. Shooter have a good roll, and I will do every time I can get to it, I will regress where it makes sense to. We're just going to half press skill luck style here, though. There's a 3, a 2, and a 1. Doesn't really matter. Two, 1. So yeah, we're not doing it, but if you want to track the fire bet, there's a 9. I should get fire bet lammers just for the hell of it, just because they're fun. Although I've never in my life won one, it's kind of fun to see. Here we go. There's an 8, hard 8. All right, 4, 4, square pair. Right here. Again, 35 bucks. Let me mark that in for you on Crapsee, 4, 4. All right, so let's take the 8 up to, I'll take it to 42 bucks. So that'll be 30, 40. I need a drop in nickel. I don't have any whites on my rack to go to 42. We'll take back a quarter and a couple of whites as spare change to the rack. Put them over here. And there we go. That'll pay 50 for one in a minute. But again, we're going to half press anyway. So here we go. There's the 8 marked. Let's go. I think I made this mention before. The half, and actually, this is a good time to talk about this. Jacob had a great video yesterday. I'm not sure if you guys watched. Another good throw there. Jacob from Wager Me This had an awesome show yesterday talking about pressing versus same betting and all that stuff. Gave some really good examples. That's a 3-2-5. About the presser versus the same better versus whatever. I maintain, and you know, and I said this on Jeff's show last night, that's going to pay $35, 25, 35. I think I will basically half press. We'll go to 35 with it. Half pressing is the way, right? It is the best way. It hammers a really long roll better than most other ways of pressing, and you're always collecting something to your rack. We've already brought back about $50. Actually, we brought back $75 to the rack already. So it's a good way to build, but it sucks until you're at least green. It's just terrible, you know, until you're at the green level. So anyway, I think hopefully this will be a good roll and we can recover back some of those losses. If not, oh, they kissed. It was an 8. Oh, goodness gracious. Super lucky on that one. That was a terrible, terrible landing there. 6-2. 6 and a 2. That's an 8. That's awesome. 42. It's going to pay $50 for one. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is take this down, make it look like $60. Okay. So we're going to bring back $32 to the rack. I'll put the whites over here. I'll drop the red there. And we're starting to make some hay over here on the back side of it again, which is good. Good. Here we go. Yeah, the half press, it's still, keep putting it out there. The half press is great. Like I said, you got to be at green level before you start half pressing. If you're half pressing from 64 across, you'll never get there. But up in here, these wins, every win's bringing back green, which is great. And eventually, we'll start bringing back blacks, which is awful nice. There's another 8. That's fantastic. 2-6. 2-6. Love it, baby. Two and a 6. Right there. There's the 8. Cool. 60 pays $70. It's an easy press. Right? It goes right to 90. That's it. Half it goes out. Half of it comes back. And we are kicking it. We are kicking it right now. There's going to be that. Right? Our greens there. We have 2 stacks of greens in here. So when the roll ends, we'll shade up the colors over here and start working our way back. You'll watch again how I manage the rack. I think it's an important piece. I do the rack management. I know Victor has his way too. I'm really a psychopath when it comes to the rack and how I manage things. Here we go. That's going to be a 9, a 5, and a 4. I wish the 9s were coming 6-3 instead of 5-4, but we'll take it. 4-5. 4 and a 5. That's awesome. Come on. All right. That's also going to pay 50 for one, which makes the press easy. It's a $25 press. Right? It goes right up there. Now we have $60 on the 9. That'll pay $70, $84. Did I type that in for you? I did. Crapsee's up to date. Here we go. What a great throw. There's a 6, a 5-1 mixer. Awesome. 1 and a 5. That is fan-freaking-tastic. All right, 1, 5, go. That's going to be our point. And just because we can, we're going to mark the fire bet. I'll put them in the back, I guess, right? That's probably a good place for it. All right, and that 6 is gonna also pay 35 bucks, 25, 35 bucks. I'm gonna drop the 2, take it to $42, take the quarter back home. Now I'm gonna change in some of these quarters because my bank is getting low. So in my rack, I've got 200 bucks worth of quarters. I'm gonna change those in for 2 blacks. The bank is, the garage bank does not have nearly as many chips as the house bank does. So we're gonna hopefully do that a lot more often, right? All right, puck's off, let's go. Let's go, let's get a new point. There's an 8. Another unique point, 5-3. All right. 5-3. Let's get that typed in for you. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. There's a 4, 3-1. First 4 since we got whacked twice in a row. 1-3. Let's give it a second here. Okay, 1 and a 3, that's a 4. Last time I checked, that'll pay also 50 for my last dollar. My last single. We're gonna press that up halfway. I'll get more whites if I need them. And there we go. There's a 3, ace, deuce, 1, 2. That's the second one of those. One and a 2. You'll notice my landings are very inconsistent today. I'm still working this new toss style, and I'm just not used to the release with my first finger. So this is a completely extra random result set today, I think. Here we go. Big hop. That's a hard 4. That's freaking sweet right there. 2-2, hard 4. Love it. Love it. Boy, a lot of 4s today, huh? It's our 4th 4. That's awesome. That's going to pay 100 bucks. It's going to pay 100. I don't have any pennies, so I'm going to drop a nickel, take my $3 change. That pays $100. We're going to press that up by half. So it's going to look like 100, and we're going to take 50 back. So it's a half press from 50 to 100 right there. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Eight, 6-2, 8, easy. That is the point, is it not? It is the point. 6-2. That's a 4-point fire bet, folks. Look at me go. Look at me go after the PSO earlier. I actually haven't PSO'd yet today. That was yesterday. Today's been okay. 6-2, 8. There's your point. I'm going to mark that as a fire. Okay. We have 90 bucks. That pays 105. Right. We're going to press it by about 50 bucks. Right. Roughly half our win. So 90 plus 50. It's about 130. I don't like those weird bets. Let's just make it a clean 120, like so. I could go to, actually, we'll go to 150. We'll take it to 150. Also a clean number. At a 105, we're going to pull back 45. So it's still about half. Let's go to 150 with it. I like that. We're in a good spot anyway. Let's do that. Puck is going to be off. And let's do it. Let's catch a new point. Let's catch a new point. Did I mark the Crapsee? I did. Okay, here we go. They kissed again. That's another 8, 5-3. Points right back to the 8, 3-5. Let's mark it up. 3 and a 5. All right. High bounce, 426, 426. Two and a 4. All right. What do we have on the 6? We have 42 on the 6. That pays 50 for 1. Like last time, we're going to take it to 60 bucks and bring back the rest. There's a red. There's some whites. Load up the greens. Okay. Good, good. Here we go. Not a great throw, but look what we got. Look at what we got, folks. If we were playing the flip, that's a $1,000 throw right there if we're playing the flip. We're not. But there's a $1,000 throw. Don't tell me, or don't tell Chris Dice DGen that you can't flip the 4 or 10. That never happens. Bullshit. It just happened in front of you. There's 200 bucks for $5 in VIG. You just saw it. You just saw it on live TV. You just saw the flip happen on live TV. 200 bucks. We're going to press it by half. Take it to 2. Rack the black. Nice night. Hope Adams, is that him watching? Is that him watching? Have we recovered yet, Skill? We're probably close to it. We're probably damn close to bringing back our I mean, between the 4 and the 8, you got 350 bucks out there. We could pull those down. At some point here, we could regress this thing down. But I think the power of the half press is just not stopping it. We brought back a ton of money. We're doing okay. But this is not the worst time to think about, okay, let's renormalize to 160 and try it again. I think that's a conversation we have to have. Let me get this out of the way, then we'll talk about it. There is the 6, 5-1. So while I'm typing this in, I want you to in chat, everybody, think about that question right there. This actually matches the question I asked in Coffee and Craps the other day. Might have been yesterday, 5-1. What do you do here? 516, that's 60 is going to pay 70 bucks, 50, 70, and we're going to take it to 90. Right now, we got a pretty good pile of paper out there right now. If you take a look at things, I'm going to change my rack a little bit. I'm going to recover some blacks. I'm going to take $100 in green, check change for 2 blacks. Okay. Again, the bank needs the greens. And this is that nexus point where you say, well, we've got whatever we have. 200, 350, with the 6, 450, with the 5 and 9, 550 out there. Right? There's a lot of dough on the table. Right? And I want you to know this. Okay? Here's the thing. If we look at our rack right now, and again, you got to be like diligent about this. Here's 5 blacks. I can change them in for one of the purples that we'd lost earlier. Okay? Back to the rack, that goes. Back to the bank, this goes. Okay? What I have left that I'm upside down is the 1,500 bucks that I started with. My first, again, I'm keeping track of the purples up here, right? What I started with. If I pull that all down right now to 160 across, I'm going to bring back about 400 bucks to my rack. I'm going to recover almost an entire purple chip if I bring that all down right now. This is the interesting conversation. This is where I won in Vegas because I did this move right here. Not because I pressed this thing up to the frickin' ceiling and got a home run. The move I'm about to make, which is to normalize myself back to 160, you have to do this. I was hoping for an 8 to come through and pay me another 175 here. But the smart thing to do is to pull this back to 160 right now. And again, be cognizant of what's in your rack. Okay? You could play for the home run here, but if I pull this back, I'm actually going to be in profit right now. Okay? Let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to leave 150, 160 out there. There's 160. Okay? I'm going to pull the rest of it back. Okay, and what I have back is 100, 200, 300, 75, 400 bucks coming back. Okay, 1, 2, or 200, 300, 400 coming back. Okay, there's the 400. Okay, I'll take 2 blacks for this mess in here. Okay, if I drop the black chip that I have in my rack out and change the purple, give that back to the bank, we'll set ourselves back up at 160. And a lot of people are going to say, "Oh my God, that was such a, you know, a scaredy cat move right there." But when you're fighting from behind, you got to fight from behind. Here's the deal. Oh, geez. Look at my rack. This is $2,500, $3,500, $4,000 here that we started from. This is the 1,130 that we started with. This is going to be 500, 800, 900, 1,000. Okay? This right here is our starting bankroll, which means this right here, whatever this is, 100, 200 and change, is profit. Plus that's profit. We recovered it all back on a great roll, right? When I told you the other day about this concept that I've got of bipolar craps, this is what I'm talking about. When is it safe to go hard? Now is when it's safe to go hard. No matter what happens, I'm locking up some profit. I guaranteed myself $100 in profit right now. No matter what happens. This out here is profit too, okay? This is why I won in Vegas. Not because I hit a monster roll. And I remember I told you sometimes you're gonna burn 20 rolls to recover. When I was at the Sahara with Jen and that group there, I walked into the Sahara just like this. I was about $800 down, like we were today. And we caught a guy through like 35 rolls. It took me, where are we at? We're at roll 24 right now. It took me about 24, 25 rolls, just like this, to work back, to get my bankroll back to where I was for the trip, to get even for the trip. And then I went, oh, thank God. I went down to 96 across. Here I went down to 160 across. Then I went like a madman. This is where half press, Philly special, whatever you want to do, this is the time to be Mr. Aggressive, right? We use the half press to get us to a point where even we're locked in profit. We have our daily paycheck, almost, right? We have $100 in profit. We're doing great. And I think that right there, if you learn nothing else from me ever, you learn that I'm a conservative player. I worked my ass off to get that rack back, right? We worked that shooter, and I made, I think, the smartest move I could make, which was to get the fuck out of this hand and get my stuff back. And now I'm cool. Now it's like pedal to the metal, I don't care, right? We roll a 7 here, so what? We're locked in profit. That's got to be the most important thing we talk about today. All right, here we go. Let's get it. This will not be a stop loss zero day. We're going to make money today. I love it. I love this. Here we go. Let's get a 5, a 4 and 5. Now, what do? You want a half press still? Or you want to do the Philly special play? It doesn't matter. Right here, it doesn't matter. 4, 1, 5. Let's get that typed in. 4 and a 1. My phone turned off because I was talking so long, my phone turned off. 4, 1, 5. Okay, there we go. That's going to pay $35. Okay, we can half press it or we can drop a nickel. Take it to 40, which I will do. Take it to 40, and let's try and Philly special that thing. Or let's try and G money it. Let's get 2 more 5s, right? It'll take a miracle, but let's do it. This is the FU money right here. Oh, little kiss. Little kiss of death. It's a 2-2. And here's where you're going to get the fear of missing out. This is going to be the regret, right? We took that $200 4 down, right? And we just whacked a 4. Again, I flipped the 4 today big time, right? Huge winner for us if we left it out there. But you got to be smart. I'm sorry, you got to be smart. 50 for 1 out of the rack. Restart the process. I'm okay with restarting the process there, okay? 50 for 1. Let's do it. I think that's the smartest play we could have made. I'm not gonna regret it. I think it's smart. Here we go. Nothing wrong, skill, with that. Let's put there's nothing wrong with this, right? And think about it, right? Since I pulled down, I rolled a 5, which was up a little bit, and I rolled a 4, which was up to $200, right? We've cost ourselves money by not doing it. But if you don't get yourself back right, and we get a 7, we would have had a 7 on that throw instead of a 5, we're actually down money. We're still down $400. If we don't pull back, then we're down 400. And I don't want to be down. If I have a chance to get myself even or up, I'm going to take it every single time. There's the 7. So had we not regressed there, we would have won the 4, which is great. We would have lost in the next roll, which is not great. We would have still been down about $100, right? Because I pulled back 500 off the table. That would have won us 4, and then the 7 comes over here. We'd have been down $100. As it is, we're okay. There's the 527, and we're doing fine. I'm actually excited about the result here. It did take a 27 roller to get us there. Like I said, when you burn a little bit, it's going to cost you. Let's get colored up here. I'm going to put all this in. Pardon me, my cough. It's a little getting better here. Here's my color up. I'll put the purples out here as well, and my whites, and here's how we do it when I'm at the table. There's 2,000, there's 4,000. That's 500. There's a purple chip for that. There's 300, 400, 500. There's another purple chip for that. That's my starting bankroll, which means the rest of it is profit town. It's not a lot. 2, 3, 4, 450. There's 200, whatever this is, 25. So there's $75. 100, 225, and whatever that is, 240, 248. That goes to the crew. 2 1/4 comes home with me. That's my color up. That's exactly what I do at a casino. Bring back my greens. If this would have been $6, I would have probably dropped them the 31 for their time. But as it was, I'll keep the greens. We're bringing back 2 1/4 on that roll. And again, it takes a miracle roll to recover. We did recover, right? The plan happened. We had a 4-point fire bet, which paid us $8 or whatever the hell it is. We got beat on the 4 twice. We were down $800. It took a miracle, but we got back. And I think I made probably the smartest play I could make by that big regression when I made it. The minute that my brain did the math and said, wait a minute, we have enough money out there to get our starting bankroll back, pull that shit back. You got to be clean here in this rack. You got to have your rack totally clean before you put your foot on the gas. I think it's important. I can't state that enough, how important that is. And what you just watched here was exactly my mindset when I was in Vegas. This is the reason why I won. Literally, that same roll happened to me 3 times. I was down a couple of times, and we pressed to a point, pulled it back down, locked in, starting bankroll, locked in, a tiny profit that I was satisfied with, and then we went for it. Bipolar craps, that's the way to win this game. It's not pressing to the ceiling forever and ever and ever. It's picking your battles. Now, did I leave $200 out here? Sure did. Better leaving $700 out there, that's for sure. All right, here we go. I'm going back downstairs. It's time for coffee and craps. It's time for little Friday Follies action. I'm gonna do some bubble craps there. We're gonna do the bubble tower again. I'm gonna try it one more time. The Tower of Bubble. I had not made this thing work yet, but I'm making it work today, damn it. We're gonna roll some bubble, we're gonna make it work. So there we go. Skill and luck, close the show out. Nothing wrong with the regression and a double regression. We did it today, we double regressed today. And I think it's when you do it, right? I picked the time to double regress. The minute I sensed that we were at even bankroll, that's the time. Double regress to lock in the starting bankroll plus a tiny bit of profit. That's my safety. That's my safe place. Then I can go. That's. I think it's the smartest play we could have made today. And that's how I do it. I made 225, Jen. I was trying to bust it, right? We were doing stop loss 0 today. I was thinking I was going to go till 0. Turns out that I had a 27 roller out of the gate, and there it is. Yeah, you did 66. We talked about it earlier, Jen. Right away when I broke the 4 twice. And so we made the decision to, instead of going to 66 bear, we went with 330, took the first hit, pressed the 440, and then came down to 160. So I went 330 to 440 to 160, and that's how we made our money. We had to be aggressive with that first couple of plays there because we got down so bad. Coming from 66 bucks, I'm not sure I could have made Paycheck today from 66. From 160, we did it. There it is. That was a fun show. Today we did not break the bank, which is awesome. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and reset my rack to 5K. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to have some coffee, and I'll see you for the next show in about 15 minutes. Thanks for putting up with me all week. By the way, this has been a bad week. My voice has been terrible. I've been sick. I've not been on my A game by any means at all. And so I appreciate you still supporting me, even though it's not been the greatest of shows this week. But that's what makes us family, right? See you in a little bit. Thanks again. God bless all.